Hello everyone, welcome to Frames of Nature, a channel about nature, photography, and more. Today, let us explore the natural world. I'll be introducing you to one amazing insect. Hold on, even if you have an aversion for insects, or bugs as they are referred to colloquially, don't walk away, just bear with me, because as we go through this, I am sure that you will begin to appreciate and understand that the world of insects is indeed a very colorful and wonderful one. Alright, let me bring up the star for the day. There you go, the praying mantis. This is an insect, right? How do you say so? At the most basic level, insects are characterized by having a three sectioned body. So you have the head, then you have the neck or the thorax region, then you have the abdomen. Then you have the three pairs of legs, so a pair in front, a pair in the middle, and a pair at the rear end of its body. Then you have a pair of antennae. So pretty much all these are quite evident in the image of the praying mantis here, right? So it indeed is an insect. Now let us see how the praying mantis gets its name. The signature posture of the praying mantis that you see in the image here is such that it draws its two front legs up and folds them under its head. This position resembles a human's praying posture, hence the praying part of the name. Now, mantis part of the name comes from a Greek word meaning prophet, and a more modern version, the mantid, means a soothsayer, a person who is able to foresee the future. Mantis was considered to have supernatural powers by many early civilizations like Greece, Egypt, and such. This is where it gets the mantis part of the name, thus becoming the praying mantis. There are over 2,400 species or different types of mantises in the world. They are predominantly found in the tropical and subtropical regions, while there are a few in the temperate regions as well. Praying mantises are top of the line predators of the insect world. To know more about them, let us go to their beginnings. Adult female mantises are usually bigger than their male counterparts, so females are known to eat up the males after mating. However, this behavior seems to be the case only in captivity. It hasn't been seen or recorded in the wild. Female mantis lays a bunch of eggs in a frothy mass which hardens over time. The frothy mass is generated from the abdomen of the female. As it hardens, it turns into large cocoon-like capsule known as the ootheca. So the outer covering is sturdy enough to provide protection for the eggs inside from predation and adverse weather conditions. After a few days, the young ones start emerging pretty much all at once. So here you have the young ones emerging from the ootheca. These are referred to as nymphs, a general term used to refer to an immature form of an insect. Right after emerging, these nymphs are very aggressive by nature. They are quite capable of killing and eating their own siblings. Even though they are a spitting image of their adults with their folded legs and all, these nymphs very closely resemble ants. They even move around like ants. This resemblance, which is also known as ant mimicry, is used by these nymphs to protect themselves from predators. Ants are generally considered unpalatable, and ants are also aggressive. Hence, most of the predators tend to avoid ants. And that is the reason many insects use ant mimicry or they try to mimic ants to protect themselves from predation. And this works in the favor of these nymphs as well. As the nymph grows, the true physical characteristics of a praying mantis starts to show and starts becoming quite evident. However, these are far from being safe. Danger is all around and even from older praying mantises. Here is an older one on the right side of the image, eyeing a nymph on the left side of the image. And here is a young mantis which has got caught up in a bout with the older one. There is absolutely no contest here. The older mantis easily subdues the young one. and quickly makes a meal of it. Having overcome all the challenges and obstacles, many of these nymphs go on to become adults. They become one of the most lethal and powerful predators in the insect kingdom. If you look at the tools that a praying mantis possesses, it is no surprise that these are the top of the line predators. Now let us take a quick look at what makes a praying mantis such a deadly foe. First up is its swiveling head. The triangular shaped head of a praying mantis attached to the thorax is one amazing construction. It can swivel around almost a full circle, so praying mantis is the only insect which can literally look over its shoulder, just like the way it is doing in this image. Next up is its powerful vision. Praying mantis has 5 eyes, 3 small ones lined along its forehead, and 2 large bulbous ones on either side of its head. The large eyes are compound eyes. They provide a wide binocular field of view and also deep color vision. With this, the praying mantis is able to very efficiently sight and track the movement of its prey. Since the praying mantis relies on its sight for its hunting, they are predominantly diurnal, meaning they are mostly active during the day. Next tool is their raptorial forelegs. Mantis has sharp claw-like structures on its front pair of legs, 1 or 2 rows of it, as you see in the image here, which the mantis uses for hunting. So when a prey comes within striking distance, the mantis lashes out with these forelegs and grasps the prey with those tiny spines. A vice-like grip indeed. Once impaled and stuck, the prey hardly has any chance of an escape. Here is a praying mantis which has caught hold of something which looks like an ant. Once in the grip of the mantis's forelegs, there is absolutely no chance of an escape. Next tool is their amazing camouflage and stealth. Mantises have evolved highly advanced camouflage mechanisms to hide themselves while they stalk their prey. They use it to get close and wait for the potential prey to wander within striking distance. They have evolved to look like dry leaves, like the leaf mantis in the image here. This individual on the forest floor among the dry leaves is almost impossible to spot. They can also look like the same color and shape of many flowers, like the flower mantis and orchid mantis, or the same color and pattern of a tree bark. Can you spot the mantis in this image? The first glance, the second glance, the third glance? It is indeed difficult, isn't it? Let me zoom in and show you where the mantis is. There it is. Look at the patterns on the mantis, how it merges with the moss covered bark of the tree. Amazing, isn't it? So the mantis, using this amazing camouflage, just blends seamlessly with its surroundings. Along with camouflage, praying mantis is immensely stealthy. It gets as close to the intended prey as possible and then plays the waiting game. Here is the praying mantis, which is waiting for the butterfly to get within its striking distance. And once within striking distance, there is no escaping from a praying mantis. Here is a mantis which has caught a chocolate fancy butterfly and is making a meal of it. Having learnt all this, I am sure you will agree that praying mantises are indeed amazing creatures of the natural world. They also hold a very significant place in the spiritual world of human beings as well. Did you know that there is a completely unique martial arts form known as the praying mantis kung fu, associated with the Shaolin Temple in China? The story of its origin goes something like this. One of the monks of the Shaolin Temple happened to witness a praying mantis overcome and kill a cicada, and he was amazed by the very unique kind of fighting skills displayed by the mantis. This led him to create the praying mantis kung fu. How amazing is that, isn't it? So, the next time you see a praying mantis, I'm sure you will give it the respect it truly deserves. So, that's it. Hope it was useful. Thanks a lot for watching. Do keep a lookout for more such videos and do not forget to subscribe. Thanks again.